Buff Nation, what's going on? It's time for another film review. We're going to be diving in to taking a look at Joseph Williams, AAC Offensive Freshman of the Year this year at Tulsa. I believe, yes, this is against UTSA. We're going to run through a handful of his plays. I think you'll be pleasantly surprised if you've never seen him play before, or maybe have just caught a few highlights. I think you're going to be surprised and honestly well pleased. I think with how smooth of a wide receiver of a product he is, somebody that can block effectively. He's a crisp route runner, but also has that NFL size, speed. And I think, you can see some flashes of Will Sheppard in his game. So we're going to dive into this. Of course, guys, let me know your thoughts on Joseph Williams in the comments. Smash that like and subscribe. Shout out to Guru Film Room for providing this cut up, which is awesome. I think the early bird special is ending this week. So, hey, early bird Dave is my code for 20% off on the year for you. So let's go ahead and get started. And I guess before we dive into the first play, just wanted to show you a little bit from Joseph Williams here. 6'2", 195 pounds on the year, 30 receptions, 588 yards, 5 touchdowns. In this game, he was 4 of 4 for 55 yards, no touchdowns. But again, I think had some really good blocking plays, ran some great routes in which he wasn't targeted, and of course made some plays as the game went on. But yeah, I think overall very solid player. PFF had him rated as a 72.9 throughout his freshman year, and a tremendous asset, somebody that you're going to be pairing with Omarion Miller and some of the other Draylon Miller, all the other guys that we're bringing in. It's going to be a fun season, guys, to see what Pat Shurmur, Caden Salter, all these guys, Coach Prime are cooking up. So let's go ahead and get into the film. I'll get to your comments afterwards. Just as a reminder, guys, I do have to slow this down and kind of pause periodically just to avoid any little copyright dings, stuff like that. But we got these nice arrows put in here to show you where Joseph Williams is at. And here on this first play, you're going to see him getting involved in the blocking game, squaring up that DB. Just no chance. Love to see that. The physicality, again, with his size and frame, 6'2", about 200 pounds. I'm sure he'll put on more good, solid weight. He's going to be somebody that's going to be more than a serviceable blocker, I think, during his career. Can't really see it over there. So we'll just go ahead and move on here to this next play. And I think, honestly, somebody that could also block in line if you needed him to, depending on things. Here, he wasn't targeted. As you can see, kind of the play kind of rolls out to the left side of the formation. But you can see Joseph Williams. I kind of like this deep out route that he runs right here. Understanding leverage, gives a nice cut, I think comes out of his break fairly well. And just showing you, again, the types of routes he can run. He's more than just a guy that only can run a few routes. I think he can develop an NFL-style route tree, especially being here with Pat Shurmur. Again, NFL offenses, they love those deep outs, those deep dig routes, all that. Corner routes we'll see later on here, which is awesome. Let's go ahead and run this one. This time you see him on the left side of the formation. And yeah, a little drag route right there. And again, just finding the space. That corner was playing a little bit off of him and, just making himself available for this quarterback as he kind of gets flushed out. Yeah, just a good possession receiver moment right here for him. I'll take it. Then here on this part C, you'll see him. Hey, makes a nice little contested catch as well. We'll get into his contested catch rate and stuff after this. I'm forgetting offhand like what it was. But we shall continue on. See what else we got here. Here at the bottom of the screen. I think this should be another route that he runs. Sorry, guys. I'm trying to get this to not Nice little release, and then you see how he can run those routes over the middle? Again, we love to throw those routes a ton in the NFL, and just this is one of his best plays of the game here. Nice little release, doesn't let the DB get hands on him, and then cuts inside on that little post, and again realizes, hey, I might not have been down. I'm going to continue to run. I love to just see, you, hey, that go 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 mentality, right? He's not just giving up on a play like that cornerback did. But we'll watch it again here, and I just love that little step to create separation right there. Shows great yak ability, contact balance, all that through this play. This is one of his best plays of the day, and you can see, man, he's really fired up about it. Let's let's catch the end zone view of this. And one of my biggest takeaways was, man, Tulsa did not have good quarterback play this year. Oh yeah, see, look at him get up and go make that play. Love it. But yeah, if they had a decent quarterback, you might have seen Joseph Williams put up 1,000 yards in his freshman year, which is quite impressive. Again, guys, remember, college season is only 12 games. A route where he's just taking the top coverage there. Oh, kind of flushing things out. And then I love, guys, this block. They don't get a touchdown without this block. Again, I love to see just his awareness. He's not checking out of the play after the catch is made. Look, oh, I mean, watch, he just completely drives that guy out of the play, and it's what leads to a touchdown. So, love to see that. Again, heads up play here, smart, physical, and, completely bodies. I think that's number 30, just out of the play. And what was going to be a I love this kind of stuff. We'll watch it over here. Then you'll see Joseph Williams come into the frame, just completely take that dude out the play. Beautiful, beautiful stuff. We'll watch it again. Nice little catch there. Great play by 18. But yeah, Joseph Williams just drives that guy out the play. Love it. That's the kind of stuff I love seeing from wide receivers. Even when they're not targeted, he's still staying engaged in the play, and that's always great. Here you'll see him on the left side of the formation. Tight end is just wide open. You can see how much of a threat he is when the defense is, obviously paying extra attention to him. Let's go to a few more here. Here's one from the slot. I don't believe he's targeted here. Oh yeah, runs a little pick route, and then nice little corner. He was open. That should have been a touchdown, but a guy that you can see how easy it should be to get him the ball when you got a quarterback who hopefully can make the right reads. I mean, 8 was just wide open. I don't even know why the heck he even threw that to 18. I mean, he was covered. He was covered. Maybe you could say that Joseph Williams needs to make that little pick route part of his route a little bit stronger so it cuts off 6. So maybe that's fair, but I don't know how this was designed to run, but the quarterback needed to hit Joseph Williams in the end zone, man. He was wide open. Again, just another route here. I love to see him just um, making a play after the play kind of breaks down. You can kind of see him start to work back towards the quarterback. The quarterback just ends up totally airmailing this. But again, just wanting to show off like size, speed, playing heads up. This throw was just, totally, totally off. Just not even close. Joseph Williams down here, not a little drag route. Again, he's a guy that you can kind of check it down to. He's a guy that you can throw deep to. He can run the intermediate routes. He's got the frame to get yak, yards after contact, all that. And I think he took about a third of his snaps in the slot. We'll check after this is done just to make sure I got my facts straight and that I'm remembering correctly. But a guy, again, you can line up out wide. You can put him in the slot. You can put him in motion. If I remember correctly, this was a big play, but who knows? I could be wrong on this, but let's run it. Let's see how it goes. Yeah, getting past the coverage there, and then yeah, I mean, this is just beautiful stuff. Uh, Kind of a little fade route type of thing that the quarterback throws a nice jump ball for him, throws it with anticipation in between these zones, and he knows he's going to take contact. He's going to take a big lick, and just showing his ability to adjust to the ball on the fly. It's a thing of beauty. I mean, just look at that. How can you not enjoy that? Acrobatic catch, showing great athleticism, awareness of where he's at on the field. Again, just willing to take shots. And I'm so happy to have a guy like this in black and gold this year. Caden Salter, Julian Lewis, these guys are going to love having Joseph Williams to where, hey, they can just throw to a spot and he's going to get to that spot and come down with it. This was just like really impressive stuff. So yeah, that about rounds out the film room. Again, I'll get to some of your guys' comments here in just a moment, but again, we'll go back and kind of look at some of his statistics as well. Again, a 72.9 rating on the year. Slot snaps. Let's see. Yeah, totally lied about that. Must have been somebody else that I was looking at, but he took 4 snaps in the slot. So never mind. But I do think he could play in the slot a little bit, but you see 98% of his snaps out wide. Contested catch rate, let's see what we got here. 64%. That's really, really good. 16 of 25 targets that were contested, he came down with. Absolutely love to see that. And yards per route run, a respectable 2.25. You'll take that, especially with I think the poor quarterback play that he had. And also, let's take a look at what he could do in the run blocking, guys. I think he graded out very, very well as a run blocker, especially for a freshman. 209 run blocks on the year, 68.2 overall rating. That's really, really good, especially for a true freshman wide receiver. Man, I'm interested to see what he can do with another year of training, of work, of practice, and now here at Colorado. But yeah, overall, man, Joseph Williams, with everything going on with the NFL draft, and of course, we might have some other transfers coming in that might have a little bit more star power, so to speak, or whatnot. I don't know, but sometimes we can take for granted and forget about guys like Joseph Williams. I'm sure we're going to see him in the spring workouts really start to make a name for himself, and yeah, he's a very good weapon. Again, when we got somebody like him, Omari and Draylon Miller right now, to really develop this core for the future with, I mean, it's fantastic. And I think he's going to play a substantial role again, maybe similar to something like Will Sheppard. But man, we got some tall trees at wide receiver this year. We still got Terrell Timmons, and I think we got a little bit more size. We'll have a little bit more size in our starting lineup for our wide receivers than what we've had in the past couple of years. And I'm looking forward to seeing how the offense develops. But you can imagine, I mean, having guys like Joseph Williams and Omari Miller out there wide with Caden Salter, they're going to be somebody, again, that can block in line, that are going to be plus run blockers, but they're also going to be able to get downfield as well for those deep shots that Caden Salter loves to take. So it's going to be a lot of fun to see how this all develops. But thanks for tuning in, guys. I'll get to a few of your comments, and hopefully you guys are doing well, having a wonderful Wednesday. Blue Cooks, what's going on? He's definitely the next Will 2.0. Yeah, he's got that kind of similar body type, similar style wide receiver. And, I agree. Bobby Moore, he's a total stud. He's a baller. I think he's going to have a great year here for the Buffs. I can't wait to see. But man, I agree. Our wide receivers have turned into wide receiver no doubt about it. And hey, if we possibly see, 3 or 4 of our wide receivers drafted this year, I mean, that's going to be one of the highest rates for programs having drafted wide receivers this year. I'm sure that would put us in kind of the top 3 or 4 colleges to have 4 wide receivers picked in a draft this year in 2025. So there are a couple positions that I'm never gonna worry about too much, and that's wide receiver position group and the DBs. Now with the DBs, I still think we kind of need to get a little bit of that depth back to what we've had, but again, plenty of time to do that. We've shown that we can do that. And the wide receivers, I mean, we are stacked at wide receiver. That's a great feeling, TK, I'll agree with you on this one. Still would love to have a vet in the room. Georgia Tech went and got the veteran guy that I really wanted, Eric Rivers from FIU. So where do we go from here? I got no idea. Let me know if you got a name on your mind, TK, but I need to dive in. I know I owe y'all like a speculative, transfer portal targets video. I'm sorry I'm behind on this, but I just really wanted to get to this film room because I thought it would be fun. And, this channel is just about having fun. Yeah, right. It would have been great if he was here last year. I don't even know if we offered him, to be honest. But great to see him do what he did in Tulsa, and now we got him here. But man, it would have been a thing of beauty to see Shedeur thrown to him. No doubt about it. Appreciate the love, Bobby B. Moore. And yeah, on those catches, man, he definitely high pointed the ball well. And just an explosive wide receiver. And I think he's a good route runner. And I think, again, what's really a big positive is that seems like he's already like a plus run blocker. Again, that there wasn't on that 65-yard touchdown that he blocked for. I mean, that won't be rated in the run blocking, right? I don't think so. But without him, that play doesn't go for a touchdown. It's great to see him continue to stay locked in on that play, even though he was just kind of taking away the over the top coverage to begin with. But I think you could see there a couple really nice blocks, and he's only going to get better. I mean, he's just going into his true sophomore year. Hey, looks like we had more Marine Corps workouts today. I love to see that. I think that's a great thing. I love it when colleges bring that, bring in the Marines or the Navy SEALs to work with the guys. And I love how Coach Prime has done that every single year. Glad we're continuing that on. And I think it's great. I think it's great for team building, like you said. JR, what's going on, man? Williams had a great catch radius, or has a great catch radius. How many drop passes did he have? Well, let's take a look. Excuse me. Go back to his receiving here. All right, drop percentage, 3.2. That's really, really great. So he had 1 drop on the year. That's awesome. On how many targets? 1 drop on 53 targets. You'll take that. And it didn't happen until week 14. So that's awesome against FAU. So I will take 1 drop every 53 targets. No doubt about it. Showing sure hands, again, rated for the drop stuff at 80.9. So that's awesome. Let's take a look at this like receiving depth. I haven't looked at this page before. So do they show like a little chart? Okay, cool. They do this for the quarterbacks too, but just judging by this, his highest targets were, let me get the little pen out. This will be fun. This quadrant right here, over the middle in between 0 and 10 yards, over the middle in between 0 and 20 yards, and to the right 10 to 20 yards. So, yeah, a guy that can get to some of these tough areas of the defense. Good to see him getting targets there. Oh, and how'd I miss this? 8 targets outside left beyond 20 yards. So shows again that he's a guy that can. Um, I think he'll come in to the NFL draft here in a couple of years or so with a very complete route tree with what you already see him running. I mean, again, we saw the drags, we saw the posts over the middle, we saw the deep outs, we saw the fades, all that. I think Pat Shermer's really going to enjoy working with him. That's right. Good hands with all state. That's right, guys. All right. Well, I'm gonna get out of here again, guys. Thank you so much for tuning in. I will be back with more news content tomorrow. Again, still working on getting some more film. Shout out to Guru for keeping me in the loop with all this stuff. But if you guys want to see more Kane Salters, some more transfers, y'all be sure to smash that like and subscribe. Y'all have a wonderful evening. Oh, and how could I forget? Tomorrow I'll be back for I'll do a post game after the Shrine Bowl. How about that? Doesn't that sound like a lot of fun? So you guys can join me, and I'll give you my thoughts on. Hopefully, we see all of our Shrine guys perform really, really well, and maybe Shiloh force a fumble and Cameron Simon Craig get an interception. I think that would be great. So I'll be back probably multiple times tomorrow. Until then, guys, go Buffs.